review. Today we are doing, I want to make sure I get this right, the Binturong Bluffs Club. I see there's been a few other playthroughs and reviews that have been posted. I haven't seen any of those. I haven't played the course before, so I'm going in completely blind. So let's have a look here. On the right hand side we've got quite the cliff going on there. It's kind of cool actually. I like how that looks. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what kind of course we're going for here or anything, but it's fine. We'll see what we've got. Could see that maybe being a touch smoother, but I don't know if I'm too upset with it. Alright. Oh boy, that's a lot of color on the green. That could get fun. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Nope. Alright. Well, let's just blast away here. Okay, second shot. The bunker. Yeah, you could argue maybe a touch of smoothing, but I'm not upset with it at all. Like I think it's fine personally. The rock there, it fits with what the rest of the hole looks like, and I don't think it should get in the way. Again, I'm just a little concerned that we might play a little bit of plinko off of that thing if we're not careful. So let's see what we've got coming in here. A little bit fast, that's going to be gone, I imagine. Yeah. Okay. And then 3 up. Needed a bit more. Alright, par. Yeah, it's cool the way there's that cliff right beside the green. It kind of looks like the hole was cut out of like a, I'm not too sure what to call it, but it's pretty neat. Now we've got ourselves a downhill par 3. That path there's kind of interesting. It's just kind of very small. I'm not sure what's going on there. It looks like rocks might be a feature. Yeah, this bunker's getting a little bit harsh. It's a little steep, and especially when you're looking at from here, it's just running straight down in there, so the green really doesn't start until up here somewhere. But I could see where you could maybe even bury it right into that lip and be completely hooped. A little bit better tempo. What do we end up with here? Yeah, not bad. And then that other bunker over here. Yeah, a little bathtubby. Just a little smoothing the bunkers, I think, might be helpful. Dove left. Alright. Planting looks kind of cool right there. I'll have to pay a bit more attention as we go along. Not sure what I think of the rocks just yet, but we'll see. So if we look at this planting, yeah, I like it. It adds something. I personally kind of like how the holes are framed. With the area that you've chosen here. I'm gonna try and do something silly and just bomb it over everything. See if that can, no, yeah, that's not gonna work very well. And then what is this? Oh, that's way up there. Okay, so we've got a good 7 feet up to the green from below it. So if you don't get up there, it's gonna get rejected, and it's gonna get rejected in a hurry. I better do this just in case. Oh, is that ever? A beautiful shot. Well, I knew it was there, and I didn't hit the shot needed, so I got rejected. That's fine. Oh boy. Okay. It's difficult. Is it overly harsh? Probably not. I didn't hit a good shot there at all. Well, that would be a bogey, wouldn't it? Didn't hit one good shot that hole, so I got exactly what I deserved. Okay, so this is downhill, but doesn't look like it. Just interesting. What do we got over on the right there? Just some. Yeah, this looks like a. In my part of the world here, it kind of looks like not a gravel pit, but like kind of northern Ontario. Well, not with the lake, but yeah, I guess kind of northern Ontario with all the rock and everything. It's like the shield up there. It's an interesting look. And then is that rock too, or is that like heavy rough? I'm halfway tempted to hit it off of that to find out, but maybe I shouldn't. Like the lake and the body of water in the background, whether it's a lake or it's a ocean or whatever we've got going on there. Kind of a neat shoot here with again with the way that the mounding and the hills are there, and another green that doesn't look particularly fun. Oh, that almost looked like a golf shot right there. Watch out. Short, of course, but screen seemed a bit tamer, and then I just had again, we got some red going on there, and oh boy, does that ever slope towards the water. I think I missed in the right spot, to be honest. Okay, and then we've completely chickened out on the putt. This is a cool view with the lake in the background. Sorry, I just keep calling them lakes because I live in the Great Lakes area, so big bodies of water usually are lakes here. Interesting hole. And now we're going back away from the lake, if it's a lake. Yeah, again, I mean the planting is up there. Yeah, I like how it looks. This planting just short left. It kind of creates a bit of an optical illusion about how far away the bunker is, which I like. Oh, I don't like that though. How that's even on the golf course is beyond me. I might have spoke just a shade too soon. So it looks like there's quite a slope there. But this is light rough, so that's okay. Take our hybrid at this, and kind of a bit of a 8th hole at Pebble Beach kind of a theme to the hole, except flipped around, like dogleg left instead of dogleg right, and you can actually hit driver off the tee, which is a neat idea. Oh, no good. Okay, rocks poking out again, so that's clearly a feature of the course. Yeah, I'm enjoying this so far. This is neat. Now what do we got? This is kind of more like what the Pebble Beach is like, where you can't hit more than you can't hit driver. So I guess you're just kind of punting a 3 But are you? How far to the end of the fairway? 290. With the right wind, and depending on and it's downhill, I could see a 3-wood going through that very easily. I'm gonna lay it back just to make sure, and then hope this doesn't kick right. It might. Oh, okay. But now I've left myself with what have I let me have? The same club again. Not my favorite kind of hole. This is just in general in golf when I've ever played. I get the idea of what you're going for here, and if I hit 3-wood and maybe I could have partialed it and I would have got up there better, but yeah, just not my favorite kind of hole. So do I want to leave it short here, or oh boy, because I'm afraid if I go long I'm gonna be putting it down the hill and I could putt it right off the green. But if I leave it short, then yeah, I think that's what I need to do. Oh, maybe not. Get up there? Okay, that works. It's just a hole you had to play very, very defensively. And I think part of why I don't like that is I enjoy, especially in a video game, I enjoy it trying to make birdies and attacking, and here you couldn't. It was a conscious decision by the designer, I'm sure. Which is fine. Oh, this is an interesting par 4. So we're going right down the hill. And then we can see there's another hole in the distance there, but how far is this going to go? Would have gone farther if I'd hit it into the fairway, but okay. And then we've got, yeah, I'm not sure about these rocks here. I could see the ball going all manner of places. I get the idea. I've seen another course that did this too, but my concern is if the ball like just lands on it on the fly, it's going to end up 40-50 yards past. So I wouldn't want that to be an issue that we have to worry about. What was that swing? I mean, I'm going to hit a partial here and it'll be pin high. After the ball, well, maybe not after it's done running around. Okay. So this one is front. Okay, so in that middle is kind of a bit of saddle. So middle pin would look like kind of middle of the green. Front to back wise would look like the easiest one because you've got the green helping you both ways. Interesting idea for a hole. I wish I'd played it a little bit better. I'm definitely liking the elevation change here. The designer's liking using it is what I mean. It's interesting. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Look at that pin. It's a 230-yard hole, and I don't have a whole lot of room to hit it into. I'm not sure about that. Let's see. That's too much. Get the backstop. Alright. Maybe it was a little bit less daunting than I was thinking. Not good. Oh boy, even worse. Somebody's not paying attention to his putting, is he? Alright, now we're going, this must be a 3-shotter. We got the central hazard there, which, again, a rock, that rock there really, unless when this, like, this isn't real life, so take this for what it is, but if this was real life and that thing was there, and it was going to be a real pain to get out of there, I guess, but otherwise I don't see the need for a rock to be there. Ooh. Well, that is going to end the torque. Now, what are we going to have for second shot? Again, we've got rocks. It's not necessarily a just smash it down as far as you can kind of a shot, because it does narrow up quite a bit, but it's relatively well done, I guess. If that kicks right, we're happy. Light rough, I guess, is okay. And then for the green, it's kind of narrow, but you're expecting a third shot in, so a short third shot, sorry, so that makes sense. I like the lighthouse in the distance there. And then it looked like there was a parking lot. That's cool. So, oh, because this is 9th hole, that makes sense. We're heading back towards the clubhouse. Alright. In that wind, I mean, it was kind of an obvious hole where it's just going to be a driver, a 3-wood, and then a wedge of some kind. Downwind, those bunkers become more into play, so that would be interesting. Alright, 10th hole. Again, we're going downhill a bit. The planting, I like it. I just maybe... Yeah, maybe it's maybe just a tiny bit bare, but I'm not sure. I haven't decided on that yet. Bunkers are framing this fairway pretty nicely. I'm not too sure why they're... Oh, it bounced this way. I'm not too sure why there's bunkers just up to the right there on the hill, and they would never come into play, you wouldn't think, unless it's just a decorative thing. So, let's see. Don't want to miss this left because it's gone. So uphill 11, downwind, rough, who knows. Try this and see what happens. Let's bail a shade to the right to make sure that we don't go off the side there. I didn't hit that, did I? Pfft. Ay, ay, ay. The theme, I mean, the one thing I will say for sure is the theme has been very consistent throughout, which is good. You don't really get any holes where you're like, what happened? Okay, this is interesting. So we've got a decent sized pond there, and it actually changes the thinking quite a bit here, I think. Because it narrows, and going downhill, yeah, it really narrows it up. I think I'm going to do this again. Just hit a little hybrid down there, because it's not a very long hole, and I don't need to go swimming too badly. It still goes 260 almost. So that's fine. And then for green, again, we're liking our deep bunkers here, aren't we? Which is okay. Maybe, is that a shade harsh on the left of the green there? Should that be flattened a bit? Possibly, unless you just want it to hit the side and be gone, in which case it's gonna. And what's gonna make us drop over there somewhere? That could be fun. So on a right pin, like middle right pin, it's not gonna be an issue. Back left, I could see that being a real adventure. pushed it a bit, but it should be okay. Yellow slope here. I haven't really had a huge amount to say because I mean it's kind of been pretty clear what the course has been. So I guess it's a matter of do you like it or do you not, really. Okay, so now I've got a shortish par 3 down the hill with that right behind it, and we're downwind, and we've got water. Can't land short. So that's how you're making it tough. With that pin, back left pin would be a lot easier, obviously. So 42 feet. So we're looking at 13 yards at the pin. Yeah, it's maybe this. If it's not, then it's gonna be short. So we just land that on the fringe, and okay, we're in good shape. It's requiring some precision. With the club being used, I'm okay with that. There's enough room to land and stop. Nice little birdie. Cool. Saw that water fall back there, because of course there is. Seems like it's almost a meme, waterfalls. Par 5 here, interesting. Okay, let's see, what do we got to the end of the fairway? Okay, so you shouldn't hit it through the fairway, you wouldn't think, but you could probably hit 3-wood here and still be able to get home, because you would figure downwind, downhill, 3-wood's going to go 280. You might end up with it again, but I'm going to hit drivers to see what we end up with here. It does pinch in a little bit up at that area. Oh, and it kicks right. There's been a couple times where the bounce has been kind of different than what I expected, and now we've got it uphill. So we've gone down then and up. Totally honest, I'm not sure I love that blindness. Would that get left there? I'm not sure. I don't really see any, I don't see any way that you would hit it to the top of that and run it down. And now I just can't see the green, so yeah, I'm not sure about that. And then is this gonna get up there? Oh, it is. Oh, it is. Turn left. Come on. Oh. Well, that ends up in that wind. That ends up being quite an easy par 5, which is okay. I don't feel like we've had a drivable par 4 yet, which is weird. Again, yeah, we're bringing some water into play, which is cool. And then the fairway, there's a definite dip to the right there. Oh, and there's that. There's that again. It's funny, I almost never have that when I'm out streaming, so I don't know if it's just me when I'm streaming or if it's the tempo's different, who knows. And then this is actually kind of cool. There's a green just kind of tucked into this hillside here. I can see where you're going to get some bad bounces though if you're just a bit off it, and it's just going to go flying. But the idea of it's kind of neat. It is it blind? Well, I can see the flag, I guess. Yeah. I wonder if this is something that looks kind of cool. It's a neat idea in theory, but then in practice it doesn't work, or if it works. It looks kind of cool, I think. Let's see, green friend. We'll just chip it. I was afraid to putt it because there's that thing where you have to figure out like how much less hard you have to hit it than what the game gives you, because I think I read in the forum somewhere that it gives it as if the whole putt is what the fringe is, so I think that's why you see a lot of people chipping usually. Pretty good length. Oh, yeah, pretty good length par 4 here, especially into the wind. We've got some kind of wildlife over here, or not wildlife, just kind of some wild grass. It does seem like that's kind of been there's been some picking and choosing about where to put that, and then it's been left bare in other areas. I'm not sure if that was a conscious choice or not. Not sure if it's a bad thing or not. I'm just pointing it out. Again, another hole where it's kind of, just hit it down the fairway, and then we're gonna have a shot in that's back uphill. I wondered about this. Barely uphill, so all of the downhill is from the tee shot. Oh, look at that pin. Oh, okay. I'm gonna hit it there. What do we end up with here? Is it a bit far? It might be. Maybe not, though. I suspect downwind this hole would actually be a lot harder, because you would have a harder time stopping it. And then here we're going to have to be pretty careful, otherwise we're going to be... Okay. A little flattening, or maybe softening there of the hill. Yeah, oh. I was going to say, I kind of chickened out and I still almost ended running down the hill. Yeah, cool. Those paths are confusing me. I'm not too sure what they're meant to be. Like, right here. Where is it? Right there. What is that? That's a walkway, is it, to the next tee? I guess it could be. But it just looks weird that it's just that length. Okay, and now we've got ourselves an interesting hole. So we can go down here. Go up here. We could lay up in theory. It's a short enough hole, you could do it easily. The green. Would you want to be coming at it from the left or the right? Depends where the pin is, I guess. If the pin's more right, then you're going to want to be coming at it this way, so you're kind of going more up the hill. From this way, it's hard to say. So it's downhill a good bit. Making you think here, isn't it? I think it's a 3-wood. I just don't see how driver is going to benefit you that much. Even into the wind, I mean, I'm going to have a longer shot, but it's still only going to be like 150, isn't it? Yeah, 130, even less. Yeah, so, I like this idea. I just don't know when it would be beneficial to hit driver. That's all. If you went right to the end of the left fairway over here, then kind of what have you gotten yourself? Not sure. I have to play it a couple more times to kind of see how that works. And then we've got a narrow green here again with, looks like, yeah, it looks like the bunker's pretty deep again. We've got the green sectioned off again, which has been a bit of a feature so far, which is fine. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Oh well. For the length of hole, I think that green makes sense. You're only hitting wedge 9-iron in, so that's fine. And then, oh, here it is. The drivable par 4 I've been asking for, and oh boy. um, okay. This is... What is the play here? I watched Ben do a course review once, or a playthrough, one of the Dream Team playthrough, sorry, and he said when he gets to a par 4, a drivable par 4, he's asking, is there a reason not to go for it? And I'm asking myself that right now, and I'm saying, well, it is into the wind, which is, I mean, at this distance, I wouldn't if it wasn't into the wind. But it is downhill, and the green goes everywhere. But then, for an approach shot, where would I want to be? I can't really go, well, I can't really go here because, and that's where I'm going to be left with basically a full wedge in. But it's so narrow that I don't think I want to be doing that, and it's got a massive slope to it. If I'm going here, or here, I mean, maybe it's this. Just get it up as close as you can, because I'm afraid driver's going to go into places I don't like. So hit 3, oh yeah. And downwind 3 would get right up there. This is going to run down a bit, leave a little flop or something. Oh boy, look at that. Well, it's not an automatic birdie because of the green. If that hole was 20 yards longer, I mean, I understand not everybody uses this big Bridgestone driver. But if that hole was 20 yards or 30 yards longer, sorry, it might have been more tempting to go at it. But I'm not sure. That green was pretty wild, and I'm struggling to see how you'd be able to get a driver anywhere near it, like near the hole, I mean. And now we're back down on the coast for our final hole. We've got the clubhouse and lighthouse over there, and then the rocks behind the green. We'll see that in a minute. Kind of an interesting hole. It's perfectly designed for those of us at faster drives because you can just sling it right down there. And now it's just going to run down the hill. Not going to have much left, are we? No, not at all. It's a pretty decent sized green for the length of the hole, but I don't think it's overly crazy. This bunker might be a bit big, but I kind of get what you're going. I get. It's not. I get what you're going for. I just not sure it's what you should be going for. And then yeah, miss right, and you're not going to like it at all, are you? Off a severe downslope here. Okay. It's happened a couple times where maybe I'm just not reading the greens very well, but where it's just gone screaming across the hole. Anyways, it's a neat look there. That's the final putt. Very Pebble Beach-esque. Alright, it's a good golf course. There's some smoothing that definitely could be done in the bunkers, and a couple of the kind of the cliffside stuff. It's a neat kind of, what's the word I want with all like the kind of shield, kind of gravel, well, not gravel pit, but like rocky kind of area, and then coast, which is neat. It's 7,500 yards. I didn't even notice that. It didn't feel very long. It's interesting how that's happened. I feel like a lot of the par 4s played shorter than what they were, and because I feel like most of them were downhill. So that's interesting too. We were going downhill a lot. I don't really remember going uphill. So I'm gonna have to play this again to look at it again. But if you're starting at the clubhouse and you're going downhill, eventually you got to come back up at some point, don't you? So I don't know if it was that walking from greens to tees, or I don't know. par 3s. There are only 3 of them? Yeah. 201, 238, 169. Good difference in distances. So then there's 3 par 5s. We got 553, 613, and 531. Yeah, that par 5 on the back was pretty short and relatively easy, to be honest. But yeah, overall, it's a solid course. A little bit of smoothing, teeny bit more attention to detail would make it better. I guess I don't know if this criticism or not, but it just, other than a couple of holes there, it just seemed like it was pretty easy to figure out what you're doing, and then it was just a matter of executing golf shots. But you know, overall, it's a solid effort. I enjoyed playing it, and I just realized the front was 3,900 yards. Again, I didn't play it, so it must have been downhill a lot to not notice that. Anyways, for those who haven't played this yet, give it a go. It's a cool golf course. And we'll see you again.